Let's go right. So hello and welcome to today's video. Today is gonna be the last day of the Taunus training that we do. Yeah, it's about 3.5 hours riding today towards the ice saloon, where we will have, you know, where we close off the training. Then we still have about 3 hours to head home, but I will not bore you with that. Otherwise it's about 22 degrees. There's quite a lot of clouds. There's also a bit of forecasted rain this morning, but the afternoon should be okay. So let's see how much rain we will get. You'll see in the street it's quite damp. So we talked a little bit about riding in the rain, what's important and what not. Some technical tips. One of the things that, or there are a few things that we touched upon. Let's put off car. A few things we touched upon, and that is riding fluently, so not being so aggressive as you are in the dry. You know, to ask less of the tire, to also allow the tire to get a bit of traction in the rain, be a lot smoother, and drive one gear up so you don't have such an aggressive gas response or throttle response. And of course, you know, the usual suspects like looking far ahead, planning. Those are just as important as during dry conditions. So let's hope that most of it passes, but we'll see. So far I had a lot of fun. Really enjoyed myself. I got a lot of useful feedback, so things to work on throughout next year. And maybe next year we'll do training at the start of the season, so you have a whole season to practice. But we'll see what works out in planning, because planning at the end of the day is still the most difficult thing in our planning is still the most difficult thing in our agendas. A bit unlucky with navigation and detours this morning. The roads we've been riding were not super interesting, but on the bright side, you know, it's still dry. So that is really nice, because I don't really fancy getting all wet. I do have my spare jacket with me, so that is nice, but know, just like last year, and that is quite difficult. So we had it ourselves as well when we made a route. Just like last year, you know, the way back towards the Netherlands is also a little bit true for the, you know, for the first day. Roads are generally speaking a bit less interesting than the roads in Taunus. That is also, you know, it's there are quite some nice curves, but they're in between. Oh, here we go again. They're in between villages, which means, you know, that there's like 5-6 curves or corners, and then at that point, yeah, you enter the next village. Up. So yeah, if you just have a few corners, you don't really get into a rhythm, and you know, first corner sucks, second corner sucks, you know, it's hard to get back into the groove. Yeah, we're still blessed with really nice weather. Pace is a little bit lower, I think, or although, you know, still not too shabby. Gives us the opportunity, or at least gives me the opportunity also to practice a little bit. But also a lot more cars, yeah. And you know, I cannot complain too much because I've been leading 2 or 3 times. And yesterday and on Friday, by far the most beautiful pieces of road to lead out. Okay, there was also a lot of Strassenschade, but in terms of type of roads, those are the type of roads I like quite a lot. That corner didn't deserve, you know, beauty award. Didn't deserve much point. It was not my place to be on the opposite way of on the opposite lane. There was speed was way too high. Advantage was 0. Still had plenty of space, you know, to correct it, but the win versus risk was the balance was not right. So that is also one of the things. Okay, throughout the weekend you get several pointers, several things to work on, to look out for. And it's also up to you, you know, to view a bit what works, what doesn't work. Reflect on your own riding, your own corners. Be, you know, fair and square to how you actually ride, and don't, you know, sugarcoat it too much. Sometimes it just sucks, and you know what you should be doing better next time. That's also, you know, part of the game. So we hit a few more back roads, a few more villages, B roads, and now we're almost at our lunch spot. So let's see what we can have for lunch today. I didn't have schnitzel yet, so let's see if we can manage to pull that off. Should not be a problem, I hope.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
Detour number 8 of the day, I think. I just had lunch, had a schnitzel. Man, portion size in Germany, you know, that is a thing. But it was really tasteful, so that is nice. Also some good fries, also really nice. And now we have the last 40-ish kilometers towards the ice saloon. And then we will be closing off the weekend. Probably Luke and myself will do a little bit of reflecting after that. When we go on the highway. But that will not be too long. So let's see what the last 30k brings us, but I really enjoyed myself this weekend. And definitely, you know, coming back at some point. We're now almost back at the ice saloon. We had a few more nice roads, a bit of a detour, but I will check in with you after the ice saloon, have a little chat with Luke after that, so he can also share what he thought of the weekend. So yeah, that's what the plan is. We got about 5 more k, mainly B roads, not the most thrilling roads to ride. But still, you know, some nice curves like this. And yeah, then it's time to think what kind of ice cream we want. Couldn't finish my lunch, so that's I won't take, you know, like a huge menu, for sure not.
Much later.
So Luke, what did you think of the training? Because you were in different groups, so you haven't shared much the past 2 days.
Yeah, it was good to me. I think, yeah, where should I start? Because we were riding together for 50 years, I think you also heard it of Peter, that you learned yourself a bit of the wrong way. And therefore, Esther worked on me to slow me down first. Started with the basics of good looking, good preparation, and from that on you will drive more easily, and then when you drive more easily and starting to look better instead of only turning with the eyes, turning with your whole head. And if you have that right, then you can start to drive faster again. So yeah, bit slow down, but learned a better technique of looking and motorcycle handling, which means push your bike into the corners instead of letting the bike taking the corners.
Yeah, so basically what you know, I've been trying to break down over the past year, you know, based on the feedback that I got last year. Yeah, I won't say start from scratch, but doesn't oh yeah, we'll be right back after this intermezzo. I'm gonna get some fuel.
Even oppakken.
So we'll be right back. Please stand by.
5 minutes later.
So, after that short intermezzo, we're back on the road. I got fuel, Luke got his earplugs in. So let's see how things go. So as I was, hello, good morning. As I was just saying, basically you need to break down your own, or the things that you've learned yourself over the past years, and be receptive to new things, or new, trying out new things. Which means, you need to slow down in pace a little bit, because you cannot practice or do anything if you're at full capacity, so to say. Oh, that didn't deserve beauty prize either. Rechtdoor. Rechtdoor, hè?
Ja, volgens mij wel.
So that means because I already did part of that work. Yeah, basically Luc was not able to. Yeah, Luc was. I think you had the feeling you were more or less surviving rather than actually having space to learn anything. Correct me if I'm wrong, huh?
Yeah, but I think you hit the spot. Or in drive so fast, yeah, then you don't have the time to learn.
No, it was a little bit what I said on the first day last year. When at the start of the morning, I felt that I was at the edge of the, I won't say edge of the comfort zone, but I was reaching end of capabilities at that point, make it really challenging to also try to work with the feedback. And later that day pace dropped a little bit. I had a bit more rest and I had the opportunity also to learn, but yeah, it was also last year was a different group, was not as quick as this year. So yeah, that basically gave Luc the opportunity also to get the best or the maximum out of the training. I think was really well spotted from Peter.
Master in my case.
No, but I think after the first day of riding there were a few more swaps. The first day of after this year's first day of riding, or every day they have a meet up with all the instructors. Yeah, all the names passed by. How did they do today? Was the pace okay? Well, how's the the mix in the group? Is everybody more or less the same capabilities or not? And they made quite a few adjustments after day one. I think they switched 3 or 4 people around out of the 13, 14, something like that. So yeah, I think it was fair, was good. For me, I really enjoyed myself. Pace in the group was really good. You had Owen, Tinka, Kevin on the second day. We were all same ballpark. Even if you're not really hitting, somebody wasn't really up to par pace, was still really fast. And I don't know what you can see back of that in the video, but I enjoyed a lot. You also notice now I have a bit more time to talk rather than during the videos or during the riding, because it takes really a lot out of you if you're riding, at your capacity or at your capabilities, or flirt a little bit with the comfort zones. That takes up 95% of the brain power that you have, and then talking is not too important, so I try to do that a little bit in the villages, but maybe makes a bit less of fun content. Anyway, Luc, plan for next year?
We definitely do it again.
Yeah.
Best in the spring, so then you can work all summer, all season of it, because now we're heading to work autumn and winter, so not a lot of driving left over. But yeah, I hope I can keep this up before next year.
No, we talked about this already a little bit. Indeed, it would be really nice to do one of the trainings early in the season, so you can practice all season. Was one of the feedbacks that Peter gave me as well. That you really noticed that he really noticed the difference compared to last year, where a lot of the unrest, noise, that stuff. I left it at the parking lot when I put on the helmet. When I put on the helmet, focus on the riding. A lot more calm. He was also had a few compliments. Also, I mean, Peter was very comfortable riding almost on my rear wheel, because my riding was very predictable for him. while he only has been riding with me for 2.5 days in total, which is a huge compliment. Also think I mentioned that it's really nice to ride behind you, nice line, so I was pretty happy. I had the feeling that I put down what I learned over the past weekend, and there's also quite some feedback to work on, you know, looking far ahead, being a bit more aggressive on the apex, and be a bit more fluent, you know, on low speed. Don't allowing the tire to settle to get traction rather than, you know, the really aggressive moves that I sometimes make. So yeah, I had a lot of fun with that. I close off the video because we got 3 hours left to go back home, and I'm not gonna bore you with 3 hours of highway. So we'll see you in a few weeks or months time. Next ride will probably be winter ride, I guess, because it's gonna be at least a month without riding, and then we'll talk again. So see you, bye.
Bye.